There was a song released in 1989 by the Canton Spirituals, and even today, decades later, it still echoes deeply within my spirit. I don't remember every verse. I don't remember who carried the lead vocal or how the harmonies were arranged. But there is one line, just 4 simple words, that has stayed with me through the years. I'm in your care. And somehow, those 4 words have become more than just lyrics. They've become a refuge. A reminder. A lifeline. There are moments in life when everything feels like it's spinning beyond your control, when circumstances don't make sense, when the weight of responsibility presses down harder than you expected, when your mind is overwhelmed with questions that don't have immediate answers. In those moments, I find myself going back to that melody, quietly repeating those words. I'm in your care. I'm in your care. Not as a performance. Not even as a song. But as a confession. As a declaration of truth. Because sometimes, peace doesn't come from having everything figured out. Sometimes, peace comes from remembering who is holding you when nothing makes sense. The power of remembering. There's something powerful about remembrance. When chaos tries to take over your thoughts, remembrance brings order back to your spirit. When fear tries to rewrite your reality, remembrance restores truth. And what are we remembering? Not just that God exists. Not just that He is powerful. But that we are personally, intentionally, and continually in His care. That changes everything. Because being in His care is not a temporary condition. It's not something that turns on when life is good and turns off when life is hard. It is a constant reality whether you feel it or not. You are in His care. When things are clear. When things are confusing. When doors open. When doors close. When you feel strong. And even when you feel like you're barely holding on. And that means something deeper than we often realize. You were never on your own. There's a lie that tries to creep in during difficult seasons. It whispers. You're alone in this. You have to figure this out yourself. No one is coming to help you. But that lie falls apart in the presence of truth. Because the truth is this. You have never been on your own. Not once. Before the problem appeared, God was already there. Before the pressure mounted, God was already aware. Before the situation unfolded, God had already seen it. And not only did He see it, He saw you in it. That means your struggle did not catch Him off guard. Your situation did not surprise Him. Your pain did not slip past His awareness. You are not reacting to something God just discovered. You are living through something He already understood. And still He chose to keep you in His care. What God's care really means. We often use the phrase God's care in a comforting way, but if you slow down and really think about it, it carries incredible weight. Being in God's care means you are under His authority. You are within His awareness. You are surrounded by His presence. You are sustained by His power. But it also means something else, something even more grounding. He has taken responsibility for you. Now, that doesn't mean He causes every hardship. It doesn't mean He authors every challenge. Life happens in a fallen world, and difficulties are part of that reality. But here's the truth that brings peace. No matter what happens around you, God remains responsible for you. That means your protection is not random. Your provision is not accidental. Your future is not uncertain to Him. Even when life feels unstable, His care is not. The shift that changes everything. When you truly begin to understand that God is responsible for you, something shifts inside of you. You stop trying to control everything. You stop exhausting yourself trying to predict every outcome. You stop carrying burdens that were never yours to carry in the first place. Because if God is responsible, then you don't have to be. And that doesn't make you passive, it makes you positioned. Positioned in trust. Positioned in surrender. Positioned in peace. Nothing reaches you without passing through him. There's a truth that can be difficult to accept at first, but once it settles in your spirit, it becomes a source of deep peace. Nothing touches your life without passing through God first. Think about that. Every challenge, every delay, every unexpected turn, it all comes under his authority. Now, that doesn't mean everything is pleasant. It doesn't mean everything feels good. But it does mean this: nothing has the power to override him. Everything must answer to him. So if something is allowed into your life, it's not because God lost control, it's because he is still in control. And if he allowed it, then it must serve a purpose. Purpose in the pressure. We often ask, why is this happening to me? But when you understand you are in God's care, the question begins to change. Instead of asking why, you start asking, how is this working for me? Because if it passed through God, then it cannot be meaningless. If it reached you, then it cannot be wasted. Even the pressure has purpose. Even the delay has direction. Even the challenge carries transformation within it. And that doesn't mean it's easy, but it does mean it's intentional. A different kind of peace. The peace that comes from being in God's care is not based on circumstances. It's not the kind of peace that says, everything is perfect. It's the kind of peace that says, even if everything isn't perfect, I know I'm held. That's a deeper peace. A stronger peace. A peace that doesn't collapse when life gets difficult. Because it's not built on what's happening around you. It's built on who is holding you through it.